nightmares in my head. I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear that my mind.
Can you explain your worst 24 hours in Kensington?
Yeah, yeah. It's a day I'll never forget. Actually, I was walking at down Hope in Somerset, which is about 20-25 minute walk that way.
Yeah.
And I was walking down Hope Street to grab a dime of cocaine,
Okay.
and there's a guy in front of me, a girl in front of me, and then me, and we all don't know each other. We're all walking the same block, the same tent or whatever. So there's a guy, the girl, and then me, and there's a car coming up behind us. It's a real skinny street. There's a car coming up, passes me, passes her, passes him, and goes about 20 feet in front of the guy, and just slams on the brakes real quick. And we're like, what the hell? Like, we all stopped, and we're like, whoa. And we see, like, all these heads turn around like this, and it's all excited, chat, movement, and we see the reverse lights turn on, so they start reversing towards us, and then we see the driver's side window and the driver's side window and the passenger side window go down, and two guns appear.
No.
Yeah. The one passenger had a pistol, and the driver had a pistol, and they're backing up while shooting at us. And I didn't know what was going on. I got shot with the very first bullet that came out. The first pow that I heard, I was hit instantly in my leg. And yeah.
Do you have a scar?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to see?
Yes, please. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so
yeah, it's a vicious scar.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too. It was like an inch away from the gigantic artery.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big scar.
Oh, and when was this?
This was 9 years ago.
9?
Yep. What's 2025? So 10 years ago. 2015.
So was it to shoot you intentionally?
No. I had nothing to do with anything. So I got hit with the first bullet, and the chick got hit with the second or third bullet, one of the two.
And is she okay?
She was pregnant, and she was okay, thank God. But she got hit in her shoulder, and so I dropped first, she dropped second, and the guy is getting shot left and right. He's getting hit up left, right. You just see his body go like this, and then he just drops. And the car stops. The shooting stops. They get out the car. They walk up to the guy, and they shoot him twice in the head in front of us. And then they run back to the car, and they go to speed off at the end of the street, and a cop blocks them, like, straight, like, it was like a movie scene.
Yeah.
Like, the cop blocks them from leaving the street. Car tries to reverse, and a bunch of cops run out of the house. So it turns out the block was being indicted.
Wow.
And they had the cops had like a security house or whatever on the block.
Yeah.
To watch, all the transactions and shit. And so they saw the shooting when it started. They knew it was about to happen. I was literally in the hospital in 10 minutes. Yeah, thank God.
Wow.
I lost a lot of blood. It was horrible.
So,
it was horrifying.
How did you feel? It was
scared. I was so scared. It burned. I didn't know I got shot until I looked down.
Right.
And when I looked down, I saw the blood. I saw my pants. I was wearing black. I'll never forget it. Black cargo pants. And I saw the wetness like spreading, and I was like, I'm shot. I was like, oh fuck, fuck. And I dropped, and I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, you know what I mean? I was horrified.
Oh my goodness.
And mind you, let me see, I was 24. Yeah, I was 24.
Wow, that's very interesting.
No, I'm sorry, 26. 25, 26. July. So yeah, I was 25.
Wow.
That was the worst 24 hours of my life for sure.
What does it smell like in Kensington?
Different. It's not just one smell. You know what I mean? It's it's a plethora of different smells.
Yeah.
It's you might walk past somebody who has the trank wounds,
Yeah.
and they haven't been wrapped properly, or they've been, not wrapped at all, and they've just been injecting them. So you might smell like dead, rotting flesh one day. In one block, and then the next block you might smell smoke from a burning fire that they lit because it's cold out, or it's a whole bunch of smells.
Welcome to my channel, Push for Change. What's your name?
Brian.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
What is your current situation right now?
So right now I am housed. Through Prevention Point, I have housing.
Oh.
Yeah. I've had my
Nice.
own apartment for the better part of 8 months. I just had a little issue with my utilities, so I actually just got them back on for the better part of like a month or so. But like I said, I just got them back on yesterday, so I have to get home.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you get the voucher?
It's a funny story. So me and my girlfriend were walking. We were homeless out here for 3 years at the time.
Okay.
And we had each other's backs or whatever. And long story short, it was really cold the one day, and I was really tired of waking up and her being like, "Babe, I'm cold. Babe, I'm cold. Babe, I'm cold." And it's not like I was tired of hearing it because it was annoying. I was tired of hearing it because I'm a man. I'm her man, and here I am, and she's suffering because she's cold, and I can't keep her warm enough to where she's okay. So I'm like, I have to change this immediately. So I went up to Prevention Point that morning at 7:00 in the morning when they opened, and I did that every day for the 3 weeks straight. And I asked to speak to a case manager, and anybody who's listening that's homeless and that is in a homeless situation, they can do this exact same thing, and it works. I've helped many people do this. So you go up to Prevention Point, you ask to speak to a case manager.
Okay.
You ask them to call the nearest homeless shelter or whichever homeless shelter you know of, and ask if there's any beds available. They're most likely going to say no the first few times, but you just got to keep going and going and going and going. I went every day for 3 weeks straight. On the third week, my girlfriend didn't know I was even doing it, and on the third week, the staff came up to me and her when we were walking past and was like, "Hey, we got you and your girlfriend a bed at the nearest shelter," and my girlfriend thought it was a rehab, so she was like, "Oh my God, we have to go and get high real quick." And I told her it was a shelter, and so we stayed. Long story short, we stayed there for 6 months each, and now she has her own apartment. I have mine.
Oh, nice! So you got 2 different vouchers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice. That is a big accomplishment.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you. Have you ever robbed anyone while they were passed out, or has anybody robbed you?
I was saying no, of course not. So the thought has gone through my mind.
Yeah.
Of course. There's days out here when you don't have anything, and you're dope sick to death, and you just want you'll do anything to make that feeling go away or subside or anything. But I absolutely refuse to rob anybody of their belongings or anything, and I hate seeing that happen. And yes, unfortunately, I have been. I just was robbed. I've had that happen numerous times, and it sucks. It sucks. I just saw today this girl was chasing this guy down, saying, "He's got my money. He's got my money." No, I don't. It was just, it goes down like every day down here, and it's a shame.
Why, he robbed her?
Yeah, something like that. Like he had taken her money. I guess they were hanging out all night, and he had taken her money at some point in time, whether she was nodded out or whatever happened. He was grabbing for her, and then ended up keeping the excess or keeping the whole thing and saying, "Hey,
Okay, and how do you use your drugs?
How do I personally?
Yes.
When I was using IV. Yeah.
Okay.
I started off snorting, and that quickly progressed. It was just chasing the next high for me.
Okay, and how do you make your money?
So there's a lot of different ways. I'll boost here and there, which is, you go to the store and you steal stuff, but I really don't like stealing. Like I said earlier, taken from people, taken from stores is like, really morally against like my standards. Scrap metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go through the neighborhoods when it's trash day, and I'll bring a shopping cart and grab as much metal as I can. Go to the junkyard the next day. There's a lot of opportunities out here. I'll panhandle here and there, but
Yeah.
I really don't like doing that either.
Yeah.
Asking for handouts is definitely far from my thing. So yeah.
So, is there one day that you were sick and it was hard for you to get money?
There's a lot of days that I was sick and it was hard to get money. Unfortunately, when you get sick off this whatever it is anymore, it's not dope, it's not fentanyl, it's trank, it's
Medtomodine or
yes,
something?
yes, Medtomodine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the sickness is different than it was when it was just dope. Like when it was dope, like the dope sickness, you were able to get through that shit with ease. Like it'd be like a 3-day rough little patch, of sickness and nausea and sweating and shit like that. But after that 3 days, you were okay.
Yeah.
Like this trank and Medtomodine and all this new shit, like the sickness is really rough. Like when I say it's it's evolved. So when I know that I first start getting sick is I start coughing a lot. That's my first symptom. I'll start coughing.
Okay.
And I'll get like a little headache, and then it progresses, and I get these weird head zaps. When I turn my head, it's almost like an electric shock hits my head. And
really?
Yeah.
What?
So many people have it out here too.
And you know what? The girl said it feels like when she goes through withdrawal, it feels like her brain's like skipping a beat or something.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow.
It's so somebody told me that it's like almost like a stroke, almost.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really hard to explain, but that's a great explanation. It's like your head, your mind, your brain is skipping a beat.
Okay.
Just for a split second, it's like, you're like, oh, okay. So that's the secondary symptom. The third is excruciating nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, restlessness. So now you have, you're getting sick from the dope and the fentanyl.
Okay.
So, which is like the normal sickness.
Okay.
And then you have the trank and the Medtomodine and God knows what else on top of that. So you have the fentanyl withdrawal and that withdrawal and that withdrawal and that withdrawal, all just progressing into one giant hooray of hell. And it's tough to come back from. A lot of people I heard are like dying from the withdrawal, and it's scary, man.
So then how do you manage to make money in that when you're in the withdrawal?
Yeah. So I had to teach myself a lesson, and so I went and got on methadone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm on the methadone clinic right now. I take 150 milligrams of methadone a day. Every morning I wake up faithfully at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how, but my body wakes up just right on 7 o'clock every morning, never fails. And I walk. It's a good like 15-minute walk from my house. It's awesome. I walk in, get those, and then the reason why I'm down here to begin with anymore is just the resources down here. Like there's a lot of food down here.
Yeah.
Free food. There's prevention points. They help me a lot with my medical care and stuff like that. So otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be far away.
And do you have any short-term goals, honey?
Stay clean.
Okay.
Keep my housing going. I have to renew my lease in June, so hopefully, fingers crossed that will work. Just get healed up from everything, all the damage. I've done a lot of damage to myself out here. This when it switched from fentanyl to trank. Yeah. It was unseen and unpredicted, and we didn't know what that shit was doing to us until it was already doing it to us.
Exactly.
And, if I could have stopped or changed, or if I just had a glimpse of the future, I would have never done what I did. Ever. And
but listen, you're still young. You really are. You are still young. Do you have any family?
Yeah, I do.
Do you talk to them?
Not really. It's been a long time. My mom passed away when I was 18. That was a big big thing for me.
Yeah.
My dad, I'm not too sure what his living situation is right now. I haven't spoken to him in years.
Were they addicts or no?
So my mom was an alcoholic.
Okay.
And she died from Hep C / alcohol. Double punch to the liver. And she would only drink periodically, but during those periodic stretches throughout my life, when she would stop drinking, she would drink for like a good month, hard liquor. And when she would stop, the Hep C and the alcoholism would, beat up on her liver so bad where she would get like deathly ill every time she would stop. And then she would stop for a couple of years, and then she would start again. It would happen all over again. And the last time just killed her.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I tried to stop it. That was a big traumatizing thing.
Yeah. What's one fact that you love about yourself?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I could say I love anything about myself right now.
You have to have one thing.
Yeah. I care deeply about people and how people react to what I do / say / whatever. And I take my actions and what I say very seriously. Like I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And I just try to keep it real, as real as I possibly can at all times.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have any hobbies?
I do. I play piano.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Talented.
Yeah,
very nice.
Play by
That's
ear.
very nice.
I got a YouTube channel, but it's really old.
No, that's okay.
It was, a good time in my life. It was.
Is that before you were getting high?
It was during the point where like life was still okay.
Life, right?
Yeah, like I was barely taking a Percocet every other day. Like it was at the very, very beginning of everything.
So then that leads me to the next question. What made you start using drugs?
Depression, anxiety. Just I've lost a lot of people and stuff and things, and I've lost a lot of things just in general, like joy, happiness. Sometimes it just felt like I wasn't like worthy of even of doing anything, and I just wanted to forget for a while. So I was always chasing the next high that would take me away from feeling that way for the time being that it did. And it was a.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
5 wishes. Jeez, I wish that I would have been able to never. I wish that I could have changed the past. Becoming an addict. It's not like we woke up and was like, "Hey, I'm an addict.
Exactly.
I want to be an addict."
Right. Yep.
Yay! No. I wish that I could have, stopped that day I took that first Percocet and, felt that euphoric rush and was like, hey, this is it. Yeah, I'm alive. And my second wish would be, I wish that my childhood would have lasted longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like the happiest point in my life. You know, everything was great.
Mm-hmm.
Parents were alive, happy, well. We were moving a lot. My dad was in the Navy.
Nice.
It was awesome. I was born in Miami.
What?
I've lived in San Fran, Texas, Ohio, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Washington.
Wow.
Yeah, I've lived all over the U.S.
And so, how did you get to Kensington? How did you?
So my dad, we were living in Dallas, Richardson, Texas, which is Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
And my dad quit his job abruptly down south. He was making a good amount of money, and he just quit his job one day and was like, I never really understood the reason why. I was young. I was too young for them to tell me. So, and I never really fully got the answer for that one. But long story short, my dad ended up having to contact his family in New Jersey. My aunt, which is my dad's sister, and my aunt, my grandma, my dad's mom. We had to move in with them for the better part of a year while my dad got on his feet, went to school, got his real estate license. Now he works at the company that my aunt got, him into. So, I'll give it to my dad. He really dug in and he got his footing back. And, my dad was an amazing man. He really showed me what it is to be a man, to suck it up and get get going, when you need to.
Right.
Don't just give up.
Right.
And I'm inspired truly by him.
Aww.
And my third wish would be I would have more time with my dad.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. Tell me about the samples around here.
They're fun. It's pretty crazy because you don't know what the hell you're sampling.
Yeah.
First off, the word sample is alone just kind of dangerous. Sample. Oh, okay. Yeah. So here, try something that I just mixed up real quick, and you might like it. You might not. Yeah. You might feel all right. You might not. You might die. You might not.
So why do they give them?
So to attract customers. Hopefully it'll be the next big rush high and whatever.
Do they give them a lot?
Yeah, not with some. It depends on the day.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the day, the weather, the police presence. It all depends.
Right. Okay. And what is one important fact you want to tell the world?
Don't judge people for their past decisions and actions. Nobody, like I said before, nobody woke up and was like, I'm going to be an addict today. We didn't choose to be an addict. It was it was an unfortunate circumstance that we stumbled upon while trying to find a way of escaping some type of past burden or demise or issue that was affecting our everyday lives. And for me personally, that was my mom dying. When my mom died, I was 18. I just graduated high school, and I had everything. I was in tremendous shape. I looked great. I had the most beautiful girlfriend of ever, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it destroyed me mentally and spiritually. I just kind of quit. I was smoking weed, and then I wasn't taking care of myself, and then I was just fuck everybody, and I was so angry, and it was just I needed to escape that reality for a while, and thank God for counseling.
Right. And what happened to your eye, if you don't mind?
So I got into a little rumble Monday night. I was sitting on the steps down Allegheny, and I felt a tug on my pants, and I had some money on in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I wasn't asleep. I wasn't nodded out. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm on methadone, so I
Yeah.
don't really, you know, if I do any dope, it's very rarely, and it's
Yeah.
not a lot at all. And that's on a good day. And so I was just sitting there with my head down like this, and I felt my pocket move, and I was like, "Yo, what the?" And I saw a hand and $5 coming out of my pocket.
No.
And as I'm saying something, the dude's like, "Yo, you know, F you," and he punches me in the face, and I was like, "You just hit me for stopping you of taking mine." And I was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna happen."
Yeah.
So we ended up rumbling or whatever, and you know, so yeah, it was actually a really good fight.
Wow.
Yeah. My hand got
Did he take all your money?
No.
You have pretty eyes too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
my
welcome.
eyes jacked up. No, yeah, I ended up getting the money back. My boy ended up breaking the fight up.
Yeah.
We fought for a good 2 minutes, and anybody who's ever been in a fight, 2 minutes is a long fight.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
No, it is.
Yeah, 2 minutes is a very long fight. 30 seconds is a long fight. So 2 minutes, imagine that. That's a couple rounds.
Yeah. Mind showing like your wounds or anything, or
I'd rather not.
You're okay, because they're
freshly
wrapped up.
Yeah, they're freshly wrapped up. But I got them wrapped up or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, and you don't want to mess
you
them
know,
up.
I'm gonna have some big scars, but
And how does that happen?
I'm not sure.
Because you know what happens to some people, but not all people.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not exactly too sure, but all I know is when it happens, and it happens quick.
Yeah.
It was small and it became large within a matter of days. I was like, holy it was really scary.
Okay.
And but
yeah,
I'm on the healing side. Thank God.
That's good. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you so much. You were so awesome. Thank you for watching. I'm going to push for change.